There are places on Earth so beautiful that millions of people dream of visiting them. And then, there are places where taking a single wrong step could cost you your life. Some are filled with poisonous gases, invisible to the naked eye. Others are home to creatures capable of killing within minutes. Some are so hot they can literally cook you alive, while others hide dangers that scientists still struggle to fully understand. These aren't scenes from horror movies. They are real places. Places that exist on our planet. Places where governments have closed access. Where rescue teams refuse to enter. Or where nature itself seems determined to remind humans who's really in charge. Today, we're counting down 10 of the most dangerous places on Earth. Places you should never visit. Let's begin. Lake Natron, the lake that turns animals into stone. Imagine flying over a lake so calm that it looks like polished glass. But beneath that beautiful surface lies one of the strangest natural environments on Earth. Welcome to Lake Natron in northern Tanzania. At first glance, its bright red and orange waters look almost surreal. The colors come from salt-loving microorganisms that thrive in an environment so extreme that very few other living creatures can survive there. The lake's water is incredibly alkaline. Its pH can exceed 10, making it almost as caustic as household ammonia. Temperatures frequently climb above 40 degrees Celsius, while evaporation leaves behind thick layers of mineral salts. Animals that accidentally fall into the lake often don't survive. Over time, their bodies become coated in sodium carbonate deposits, giving them an eerie appearance that has led many people to believe the lake literally turns animals into stone. It doesn't actually petrify them. Instead, the minerals preserve their shape in a haunting way that has inspired countless myths and viral photographs. Humans can sometimes approach certain parts of the lake safely with experienced guides. But entering the wrong area, especially with open wounds or without proper knowledge, can result in severe chemical burns and dehydration. One mistake, and one of Earth's most beautiful lakes quickly becomes one of its deadliest. Snake Island, where thousands of venomous snakes rule. About 35 kilometers off the coast of Brazil lies an island almost no one is allowed to visit. Officially known as Do. Most people simply call it Snake Island. Its reputation is legendary. This small island became isolated from the mainland thousands of years ago. Without predators and with abundant food, one species evolved into the island's undisputed ruler. The golden pit viper. Found nowhere else on Earth, this snake possesses venom so powerful that it can rapidly destroy tissue and cause massive internal bleeding. Scientists estimate that thousands of these vipers live across the island. In some areas, there may be several snakes within just a few square meters. Because of the extreme danger, the Brazilian government strictly prohibits public access. Only a handful of authorized researchers and military personnel are ever allowed to land there. There are countless stories exaggerating the island's dangers. Some claim every square meter contains a snake. That's not true, but the reality is frightening enough. On Snake Island, humans are no longer the dominant species. Death Valley, the hottest place on Earth. Heat can be uncomfortable. Heat can be dangerous. But Death Valley takes heat to an entirely different level. Located in California, this enormous desert holds the record for one of the highest air temperatures ever reliably recorded on Earth. More than 56 degrees Celsius. At these temperatures, the human body begins to lose its ability to cool itself. Sweat evaporates almost instantly. Water disappears faster than many people realize. And dehydration can become life-threatening within a surprisingly short time. The danger isn't just the temperature. The valley stretches for hundreds of kilometers, with vast empty landscapes, little shade, and long distances between services. Every year, visitors underestimate these conditions. Vehicles overheat. Hikers become lost. Rescue teams are regularly called to save people who believed they could handle the desert. Despite its name, Death Valley is far from lifeless. Unique plants and animals have adapted to survive in one of the harshest environments on Earth. But humans are not nearly as well adapted. Sometimes the greatest danger isn't a predator or a natural disaster. Sometimes it's simply the relentless power of the sun. Depression, Earth's closest thing to another planet. If another planet existed on Earth, it would probably look like the Depression. Located in northern Ethiopia, this is one of the hottest, lowest, and most hostile places anywhere on the planet. The landscape barely looks real. Neon yellow sulfur fields, bright green acid pools, boiling hydrothermal springs, salt plains stretching to the horizon. The colors are stunning, but they're also a warning. Many of the pools contain highly acidic water, capable of causing severe burns. Cracks in the ground constantly release toxic gases such as sulfur dioxide and carbon dioxide, which can accumulate in low areas without any visible sign. The air itself can become dangerous to breathe. Temperatures often exceed 45 degrees Celsius year-round, making even simple movement exhausting. There is almost no natural shade, little fresh water, and very limited infrastructure. Travel here is only recommended with experienced local guides and carefully planned expeditions. Yet despite all the danger, scientists are fascinated by this place. The extreme conditions resemble environments that may exist on Mars or on some of Jupiter's moons, making the Depression a natural laboratory for studying how life could survive beyond Earth. It is breathtakingly beautiful, but it is also one of the last places you would ever want to be stranded. North Sentinel Island, the island that rejects the modern world. Some places are dangerous because of nature. Others, because of people. Hidden in the Indian Ocean lies North Sentinel Island, home to one of the last uncontacted tribes on Earth. They have lived in isolation for thousands of years. They hunt, fish, and gather using traditional methods, completely separated from modern civilization. Whenever outsiders have attempted to approach the island, the response has often been immediate. Arrows. The tribe has repeatedly defended its territory against intruders, making it clear that contact is not welcome. For this reason, the Indian government has declared the island strictly off-limits. Entering the surrounding waters is illegal. The restriction exists not only to protect visitors, but also to protect themselves. Because they have lived in isolation for so long, even common illnesses like the flu could have devastating consequences for their community. North Sentinel Island reminds us that not every unexplored place needs to be explored. Sometimes, the greatest respect we can show is simply staying away. The door to hell, a fire that has burned for decades. Imagine standing at the edge of a crater and looking down into what appears to be the entrance to the underworld. This is the gas crater in Turkmenistan, better known as the door to hell. The crater was created after a drilling accident caused the ground to collapse into a large underground natural gas pocket. To prevent dangerous gas from spreading, it was ignited. Scientists believed the fire would burn for only a few days. Instead, it has continued burning for decades. Day and night, thousands of flames roar from the depths of the crater. The intense heat can be felt from a considerable distance. At night, the glow lights up the surrounding desert, creating one of the most surreal landscapes on Earth. Although tourists can observe it from safe areas, approaching the edge too closely is extremely dangerous. The ground can be unstable. The temperatures are intense, and natural gas remains a constant hazard. It's one of the few places on Earth where the nickname actually feels deserved. National Park, paradise with a deadly side. At first glance, National Park in Bolivia seems like paradise. Dense rainforest, crystal clear rivers, thousands of species of plants and animals. It is considered one of the most biodiverse places on Earth. But biodiversity has another side. The more life there is, the more potential dangers exist. Venomous snakes hide beneath fallen leaves. Poisonous spiders disappear into the vegetation. Tiny insects can transmit serious tropical diseases. Even some plants contain toxins capable of causing painful reactions after the slightest contact. Many of the park's dangers are almost invisible. A beautiful-looking frog may carry toxins powerful enough to affect the nervous system. A mosquito bite could transmit disease. A harmless-looking vine may irritate the skin within minutes. This doesn't mean the park should never be visited. Thousands of people safely explore every year with trained guides. But venturing into the rainforest alone, without experience or preparation, can quickly turn one of Earth's greatest natural treasures into a fight for survival. Mount Washington, the mountain where weather can kill. When people think of deadly mountains, they usually imagine Everest or K2. But one of the most dangerous mountains on Earth is far smaller. Mount Washington, in the northeastern United States, stands at just 1,917 meters above sea level. That may not sound particularly intimidating, but appearances can be deceiving. This mountain is famous for some of the most violent weather ever recorded. In 1934, a wind gust of 372 kilometers per hour was measured here, a world record at the time. Even today, hurricane-force winds are common. The weather can change in minutes. A clear blue sky can suddenly become a blizzard. Dense fog can reduce visibility to almost nothing. Temperatures can plummet without warning, creating conditions where hypothermia becomes a real threat, even in seasons when visitors expect mild weather. Every year, hikers underestimate the mountain. Many begin their journey dressed for a pleasant walk, only to find themselves trapped in freezing winds and icy rain a few hours later. Mount Washington proves that nature doesn't need towering peaks to be deadly. Sometimes, the weather alone is enough. Death Road, one mistake, and it's over. Officially known as the Road, this narrow mountain route in Bolivia earned a far more chilling nickname: Death Road. For decades, it was considered one of the most dangerous roads on Earth. The reason becomes obvious the moment you see it. The road clings to the side of steep cliffs. In many sections, there are no guardrails. On one side rises solid rock. On the others, a drop of hundreds of meters into the valley below. Heavy rain often turns the surface into slippery mud. Fog can hide approaching vehicles until the very last second. In the past, buses and trucks regularly shared this tiny road, while navigating blind corners with almost no room to pass. Hundreds of people lost their lives here over the years. Today, a newer highway has dramatically reduced traffic on the original route. Even so, Death Road remains a popular destination for experienced mountain bikers seeking an extreme challenge. It's safer than it once was, but one lapse in concentration can still have catastrophic consequences. The Chernobyl exclusion zone, the city time forgot. Some places are dangerous because of nature, others because of animals. But Chernobyl became dangerous because of humanity itself. In April 1986, reactor number 4 at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant exploded during a safety test. The disaster released massive amounts of radioactive material into the atmosphere. Entire towns were evacuated. More than 100,000 people were forced to abandon their homes, many believing they would return within a few days. They never did. Today, the city of Pripyat remains frozen in time. The schools still contain abandoned books. Wheels stand silent. Apartment buildings slowly crumble as forests reclaim the streets. Radiation levels have decreased in many areas over the decades, and strictly controlled tours have operated in parts of the exclusion zone. But other locations remain highly contaminated. Spending extended periods in the wrong place can still expose a person to dangerous levels of radiation. Chernobyl is more than a ghost town. It is a reminder of how a single human mistake can permanently transform an entire region. Unlike many places on this list, the greatest threat here cannot be seen. It has no color, no smell, no sound, and that may be what makes it the most frightening place of all. Our planet is full of breathtaking places, but beauty doesn't always mean safety. From lakes that preserve animals like statues, to islands ruled by venomous snakes, to abandoned cities forever marked by nuclear disaster. These locations remind us that nature, and sometimes humanity, can create places where survival is never guaranteed. Which of these places surprised you the most? And is there another dangerous location you think deserved a place on this list? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this countdown and want to discover more incredible places, mysterious phenomena, and unbelievable facts from around the world, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to, and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next adventure.